Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Lee.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're back.
New us. Are we back? Are we different? Are we the same?
Oh, it's the same us, but in a new form, and all kinds of good things have happened to us, right?
Let's just start.
How's everybody doing?
I don't know. I hope
again?
really well. No. I was going to say, let's just start with this.
Okay, let's just start with the obvious. Okay, there's two obvious things. I wonder if our
You start with
viewers. No, I'm going to start with yours because yours is way more fun than mine. If you're watching us on YouTube right now,
Please don't.
and yeah, Lee wishes you were not. Tell them about your new mouth.
Well, new year, new teeth issues. So you've heard the Invisalign sob
If you
stories.
haven't heard the Invisalign, you haven't listened to any of our podcasts.
So go back. It's great.
Right.
I couldn't handle it. And so now
Yeah,
I can't talk. This is great for podcasting.
Yeah.
We film
She has
and you get to
braces.
see my brace face now.
Mhm.
And you're listening and I have a list because my braces are 1 day old. So my dear friends at Lineberger Orthodontics,
they know what they're
going to
doing.
help me get to the end of this course.
Right.
And so now I'm in braces and my 14-year-old daughter is thrilled about it.
Oh, listen, your 14-year-old daughter, what about me? I mean,
You've been nice about it.
I
Has that
am
been a
nice
lie?
about it, except I feel like
Oh,
I'm
God,
a
it hurts.
pedophile now. I mean, I'm like, you look 14, right? Which you already did look 14 and a half, but now you're straight up 14.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's doing great though. You know. As
So
long
if
as
there's a lisp every now and then,
mhm.
please forgive me. And now let's go to you.
Well, no, I mean,
You sound like a just
I
bag of germs.
I know. I mean, literally have not had a cold or been sick since pre-COVID, way before COVID, right? Years before COVID. And so we had a big time on New Year's Eve going to New York City.
Uh-huh.
And apparently I got the flu right before I got there and partied on through because that's what you do.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. And I paid for it. So, but no, we went through a great week. I hope you guys had a happy new year. But we went through a great week and I just came off of a great speaking weekend.
Right?
And
So it was kind of bookends.
Yes.
I forced you to go to New York,
You
to
didn't
New
force
York
me.
because we had all these plans and events that were already planned
They were fun.
and paid for. And you powered through.
That's what one does.
And then we came back and you didn't have time to like let yourself go and be sick because the next weekend was the big speech you were preparing for.
Right.
And then after that, you kind of fell apart.
I would say that was a really great speech. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah,
There's
we're
a
gonna
lot
talk
of
about
goal
it.
sharing. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, we went right after that with our friend Morgan to have a drink. And I think about 30 minutes after we got home, I just sort of felt like a hard treat in the ground. Oh, and I'm done. I am done.
That's it.
So
I did what
this
I
is
was
my first day
supposed to do. Welcome back. I know. So we kind of wanted to do a podcast last week to start the new year, and you sounded horrible.
then you got
and
braces.
I
then
got
I
braces.
sounded, no, I didn't even
So
have a voice.
We're
so.
back.
Yeah.
We're back. It feels
Yes.
so good. Even though
2023. Let's
hurts.
crush it.
like shit.
oh,
dog.
come on. It's not that
I'll get used to
bad.
it soon. It'll be fine.
You look good.
Mm,
You
okay.
do. I mean, come on now. I mean, not
you.
everybody can pull off braces. You can do it. Own it, baby. Own it.
So where do we want to begin? Anything to recap? Do you want to
Mm.
go to
recap? No, let's new cap. Let's go into the new year, new capping.
New
I mean,
cap.
yeah. I mean, we've been talking about goals. We've been talking about all the things we want to do and be. And I just say we enjoy being what we have brought to the table in 2023 and just expound on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What'd
what-
you bring to the table? I haven't brought much.
You brought your mouth to the table. Look at you with your
Stop it.
braces. You look good.
That's the last braces
brought
reference this episode.
I brought my germs to the table. We are going to make the best of this, right?
Well, let's start with, do you make resolutions?
no, I don't.
Why?
Because, well, I do make goals and I write in. Somebody asked me that during the speaking thing this weekend.
Mm.
I do make goals in my journal. And, you know, a lot of people do things a lot of different ways. I think that, pretty much making like a fitness, like I'm going to be doing workout every 5 days a week, the Heal Your Studio Method. That is a great goal to have, but that's almost fit to fail. I mean, really and truly that, give yourself realistic goals. That's what I say. And
Yeah, because is that why you think they're hard to achieve because the
Right.
goals are not attainable?
they're not attainable. I mean, we watch it at our studio at Heal Your Studio Method, and we are packed right now. And by end of February, you can hear a pin drop.
Not true.
Well,
Not true. You're being very
But
dramatic.
it'll be down to, the people that really are just, they want to work out because they know it makes them feel good. And it's part of your habit.
Right.
Let's make habits in the new year, like healthy habits, but not like, oh, I'm not going to eat or drink any sugar or any of that.
Yeah. Deprivational is not
don't be so hard on yourself.
maintainable.
God, life's already hard enough on ourselves, right?
We got to enjoy it. But that's always also your other motto, joie de vivre.
Yeah.
So it's about overall being healthy and making attainable goals and having fun while you do it.
Yeah.
So do you want to share any of your goals? Did you write them down really in your journal?
I did. You know what I did? Okay,
What?
so one of the things I spoke about this weekend, what I spoke about this weekend was courage. And having the courage to own your own space, it's time for all of us to own our space and find our own power and step forward into whether it's 2023 or it's just a Thursday, it's time to own it. We've been getting ready to get ready for just plenty of time now, and it's time to own it. So I talked a lot about that. But today I actually did my own, I gave the examples of what I like to do when I can't decide what to do.
Ooh, good one.
Right?
Okay.
So what I do is I write down, what are the 5 to 10 things I'm spending my time on? And then I rate those 5 to 10 things, or maybe today, for instance, it was actually 7 things. Then I rated those 7 things from 1 to 10, and I either swept them aside, erased them. Actually, I was on my computer, so I hit delete. I like my computer,
Yeah.
Or you readjust, you reassess, you reevaluate, and you can refocus those goals. Maybe you're just spending too much time worrying about something, or, oh my gosh, I'm going to do dry January. I'm going to make it. I know I'm going to make it. Well, nobody's doing this but yourself. Make the goal realistic for yourself. Oh, but I got one more thing. I did 2 things. So I wrote down what I spend my time on, and I really felt kind of good about myself because I didn't have to reassess too much because I do that a lot. But a new thing I started doing was I wrote down, and I couldn't decide how many things. I decided to write down the things that I like about me.
Are you special?
I got that idea from from another podcast, because the woman was saying, I realized that the things I like about me might be the things that other people don't. But it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because I'm going to own who I am.
Right. Why does it matter if other people don't like who you are, right? If you okay
are
with
settled,
yourself.
If not settled, if you are sure of who you are and what you like about yourself, then it's okay. And you're going to raise that vibration of who you are, from being fearful of showing who you are to raising the vibration to courage, which I talked about this weekend, which resonates in the vibration of love, which is just a higher vibration to live on, like a very high vibration to live on.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't matter because.
Well, right. And when you say too, that if you are, being who you are without concern about what other people think of you, it's not that you will just shed all these people around you. You'll probably attract more people
the people that need to be in your life.
Right.
And by the way,
as a positive, not a negative.
Correct. And it's not as easy as you don't care about those people.
Yeah.
You're a human being. I'm a human being, and we all care. And it hurts sometimes when I see people that don't like me. Don't we all hate that when people don't like us? But guess what? You also have to look at the other side of that.
Right.
Look at the other side. Who else who does accept or appreciate you? So just shine your light and be yourself, and you will attract those people.
I love that. Go back to, can we talk about where you were spending your time? That was your first list. And then you wrote what you liked about me. Can you give me one or two.
Wait a minute. I didn't write what I liked about you. You want me to write what I like about
No,
you?
you, Liz, wrote what you, Liz, like about you, Liz.
Oh, you know what
I'm
number
just
one
repeating
was?
what you
You know what
said.
number one
No,
was?
we're not on that
Oh,
one.
we're not on that
We're
one
not
yet.
on that one. We're on the where do you spend your time?
Right.
Where do you spend
This
your
was
time?
today. And so I was like, where am I spending my time today? Today I was spending my time on myself because I was sick.
Sure.
I was writing because I had some assignments to do that needed to be finished. And I reevaluated where I was today and how I felt. And was I satisfied? Or was what I was doing giving me energy? Or was it depleting my energy?
Yeah, energy or anxiety.
Yes.
How'd it work out?
It worked out well. That's why I said today
Kind of lucky that
I was
you've been
focused.
underground
I was
a little
focused
bit.
in, and I am like underground right now in the house. I haven't left the house in like 4 days since this weekend. Gosh, that's unusual. But it's also very natural, I think, with the rhythm of January.
You love slow, quiet, dark January.
Because I'm an introvert and acting in the world as an extrovert.
Right.
And I need that dark, quiet time down. And maybe my body said, okay, we got a way to do that for you. We'll just show you what that's like.
We're going to take you down so we can lift you up because you also like January. And I like January because your birthday's coming up.
Yes.
It's birthday month.
Yes.
And you don't know what you're doing. And I'm so excited.
No, I know. I was talking to this lady that's helping me do a few things with the business today. And she goes, can we talk on the 25th of January? And I'm like, no, we can't, because I have this question mark on my calendar that Lee's taking me somewhere. I have no idea where I'm going. And she said she's packing for me.
The whole thing. I am
like,
going to try to get you to the gate because at that point you're going to see it and hear
Meaning
it.
I'm flying. That's good to know, right?
Oh.
Yes, that's great. I'm flying. I'm always happy about flying. Yeah.
Shoot.
That's okay. We can
You
work
didn't
on
know that part yet.
We are going to work on new hints. We've been working on that.
No,
Like
I got
crazy.
totally bamboozled on the podcast.
No, that's okay.
Well, that doesn't
Everybody
really
wants to hear that.
narrow it down, but
I think surprises
anyway,
in
I'm
life
going to
are
see how far I
fun.
can get you
That's okay.
without you knowing where we're going.
Do y'all like surprises? I do.
I do.
Yes. Well, I do.
I do.
So
Well, that's good because you're going to have a few.
Yeah.
Yay.
Excited.
Okay, so back to it, where you were spending time. Now you get to tell everybody what you love about yourself,
Oh,
Liz.
number one. And I was like, okay, what is my very most thing I love about myself? My sense of freedom.
Oh, whoa.
And I'm
cool.
owning it. And I've never owned my freedom as much as I've been owning it in the last couple of years of my life. And especially right now.
Okay, do tell more.
But,
What do you mean?
I have.
That wouldn't be one of my first things. I think that's a very evolved thing to say. I think when we go to it, we go way more physical, at least, and personality trait. But
I'm
freedom is
freedom,
more
all that. It's all of that. It's all of that.
Ooh,
the freedom
ooh.
to express who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very free about expressing who I am. I feel very free about opening up to other people and allowing them in my space and knowing when those boundaries need to be there, of course, when they're sucking the energy away or bringing joy. That's one thing I want us to all do is, and that's on my list, is the goal for me also this year or every day is to find people and things, but let's go with people for a minute.
Okay.
That lift you up instead of take you down, or suck your energy away, or bring your energy to you, or bring their energy to you, because you feel it when people are just, lifting you up, it's a back and forth process. It's not they're doing it to me or I'm doing it to them. We work off of each other in that energy exchange.
Totally.
But you also know when somebody is sucking your life force out. Don't we all have someone in our life that...
Yeah, at some point, for sure, that has. And then what's your advice for dealing with that?
You keep your energy high, and you eventually, either those people fall away naturally, really and truly. I've seen this happen. The other great thing is I'm older and I've been around longer. And so I can sort of give you sort of my own research on my own age. Is I always thought, how am I going to, break up with this friend? I can no longer have conversations that demean other people, that demean ourselves, even about just our own basic stuff. And so by not doing that, by not having those conversations, and then slowly but surely sort of breaking up. Sometimes it has been a verbal breakup, and I've I've
Hmm.
done that a couple of times, but
Okay.
not a lot. Most of the
Right. Just
time,
natural.
I just try to bring them my best joy and energy, and which I think joy is that high vibration toward love. And I try. I'm a human, right?
Sure.
But and then if I, as long as I can be on 60% of that,
Okay.
40% I might fail, but if I can be up above that 50%, roll into the 60% of working on the level of joy, on the vibration of joy, then you're just those people. They got nothing. They've got nothing to work off of, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. Just kind of saying you're not, giving somebody, you know, what is the term? An inch, give them an inch, they'll take a
Take a
mile.
yard, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever,
just like
yeah,
that. Like you're not sacrificing
yeah.
your beliefs or your feelings just because you're trying to make
And that
somebody
is my
else
goal.
happy.
Right. And now, again, I'm human. Don't we all find ourselves just as soon as we think we've got our shit together, entering in one of these conversations, maybe one of these relationships without us
Sure.
even realizing it? And you go, oh, that's right. I'm doing
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Not you're bad. Oh, I'm doing that. I remember now. I
Right.
remember. I get myself back into integrity and I go forward with that higher vibration of joy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just laughing like the higher vibration. That's your theme today.
I guess it
Of
is.
love and
It
joy. Well,
always
you're
kind of
coming off your
is.
speech, and that's
I
the thing.
am.
I think for some people that doesn't make sense. Like, what does that mean? And I think it's easy to explain that once you get to that sense of just like, where are you coming from?
Well, I'm not talking woo-woo stuff either. This is,
Good.
I'm not a
Explain it then.
scientist. I would love to explain it scientifically, but it is a science. Every object, everything has a vibration. A rock has a
Hmm.
vibration. A plant, the trees,
Right.
all of the world has a vibration. We as humans have a vibration. And you can tell when we're down, you can see our
Hmm.
low vibration. And that's when I say vibration, it's an energetic, but also a spiritual
Sure. I mean, you can read people's
way.
energies, you can read people's
Mm-hmm.
body language, their eyes,
Yes.
the
Yes.
way people talk.
Sure. And I just love all people. That's the other thing that I think that is maybe on my list down, maybe 5 or 6. I mean, I'm just so empathetic. I feel like I think that's
Sure.
one of my
Yeah, yeah,
qualities
yeah.
is that I'm not too judgy.
Right.
I'm
Because I
not.
think you understand that
Yeah.
everybody's got a different experience. They're coming from a different place, a different hurt, a
Right.
different need, a different joy, a different day. And so what?
I'm just laughing. I'm like, wow, enough about me. We should talk about
Well,
somebody else.
we could round the corner.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's the point is that to recognize that other people are coming from hard
Hmm.
things. And so that is the reaction to give them a little grace for that, but it doesn't have to bring you down,
No, and
right?
honestly, and that's the whole thing we've talked about in the podcast before. Maybe I've talked about it. You see the negative energy coming at you, but you also see the hurt in those people
Right.
sometimes. So you don't just walk away from hurt and
Right.
pain,
Right.
but you let the energy flow right above you and keep your chakras and your energy contained
Mm-hmm.
in your own support system.
Yeah.
And then you can be empathetic to those people without letting their negative energy bring you to that place where they are,
Exactly.
but actually shining your light on them so that they can actually feel lighter. Does that now? I think that makes sense. It
I
sounds
think
woo
we
woo.
got it.
I know it,
I think we
but
got
I
it.
think shining your light stronger so that they can feel enlightened, meaning lighter.
Right. Right. Can I go to kind of part of your speech and talking about courage and
Mhm.
let's go with fear there. So
Mhm.
a lot of what you spoke about and what I think the audience, at least that day,
Mhm.
struggles with is I'm so afraid to make this next step
Yeah.
and the next leap.
Yes. The fear.
So
Of,
what
yeah.
is it that's so damn great about fear in your opinion?
Fear can be used to keep you out of traffic when you shouldn't be running across the
Sure.
street. But I think that I used to say fear of failure held me back, but I know that it's maybe different. And I think it is for other people. And we'd like for us to all explore this. Are we really afraid of failure or are we afraid of success?
Mm.
And I explored that in
Mm.
myself because then I was like, oh, I'm now out
Right.
with you, I feel lightened, enlightened. I feel like I'm going to go everywhere. This was a couple of years ago, and I realized it wasn't this because all of a sudden things started clicking for my business, for myself personally, and
Right.
in every way for us.
Right.
And I was like, oh wow, I better put the brakes on because I don't want this to stop.
Like the
So
almost too good to be true
yeah.
mentality.
So I was
Wow.
afraid that I didn't deserve that. So you have to
Mm,
relook at yourself and go, what do you mean? Are you afraid of failure or afraid of success?
interesting.
And so I am now working toward not being afraid of success. And the more you embrace the abundance of the world and of the love that is there and the things that literally walk in front of your face in your path every day when you embrace success and abundance, it just shows
Yeah.
up for you. It literally is like magic, don't you think? The
Absolutely.
conversations we've had lately with
Right.
everything from business to personal, it's like things really great have shown up.
Fall into place, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like to think there is a very linear structured
Mm-mm.
place for everything, because I do think being able to be fluid and change and embrace things that do fall in your lap that you weren't expecting
Mhm.
really is where that success,
And the
in the air
acceptance
quotes,
comes.
comes.
And the and
Acceptance,
and
right.
the eyes to see. You
Mhm.
know, Jesus talked about that. It's just the eyes to see. You've got to open your eyes. Get this stuff out of your eyes. Open your eyes and see it. If you're all involved in your own,
Self.
oh my gosh, oh I'm to this, oh I'm to that, oh I all that negativity stuff.
Even positivity that's
It,
too much inward.
right. If it's all, you've got to open up. You've got to once you are secure in yourself, for the most part, again, we're human beings. We are yet to be as evolved as
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
that I think So, but we are human beings. Know it, and we're gonna make mistakes. But once you're open to that, you're going to those things will show up, and sometimes you'll miss them. You'll go, God Almighty, what was I doing? Yeah, I was just being a human being. Forgive yourself. It's just let it
It's the
be.
next stage of
Go on.
awareness.
Keep moving. I
Mhm.
mean, that's cool. We talked about courage this weekend, and
We know.
and courage. It takes courage to just like go every day, right? But courage
Sure.
sees, it acts with
Mm.
authenticity, and it moves through all of it. The fear, especially, and the terror, but it moves through the mistakes.
Mhm.
Courage to just go, I'm moving through this mistake I just made.
And that's what you said first,
Mm-hmm.
every day, the
Mm-hmm.
baby steps. The will I accomplish that? The next thing can be a little bigger, a little
Yeah.
more courageous, a little more facing a bigger fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the practice of walking. When you say walking through fear
Right.
takes courage, baby steps.
Baby steps. And baby steps are anything from just finally having that conversation with your partner,
Hmm.
or trying to have a conversation with your partner, or making a phone call to a therapist, or
Yeah, yeah.
just the steps
It's
that
kind of
get
like
you.
the right before the hard work, almost like
Yeah.
just open the
I
door
just think the
to
hard
it.
work is just opening the door
Exactly.
sometimes.
Coming up the stairs at the studio. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, we have.
that is the truth. And then
Yes.
if you, reward yourself with, well, I did that, I can do the next
Right.
thing.
I love
It's
yeah.
so powerful.
That is what has been so great about my business. I
Hmm.
talked about that. I love Hilliard Judy Method so much because it is really a community. And when people feel that and
Yeah,
get that, they know it's really, the workout is almost secondary because they're going to be empowered. And if you can do some of the physical things that we do,
hmm,
you're going to be empowered in all the ways of your life.
exactly.
And
That's it.
yeah, I can't wait to get back tomorrow after this
That
head thing.
thing,
Yeah.
golf thing. Okay, so also in your speech, you
Hmm.
addressed your kind of two major events of walking through fear.
Hmm.
Being courageous, one, our relationship and how that opened
Yes.
up freedom for you. Two, you use the example of starting a business in your
Yes.
50s in fitness
Right.
during a recession.
Right.
We've gone through a pandemic. So a lot of that is kind of your two prong
Yeah.
walking through fear, gaining courage. And one of my favorite things that you said was, I went into business for human connection. You didn't go
Yes.
into business for just business. You went in
Mhm.
for gaining human connection, and that's exactly what you did, to your
It's
point.
true. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have a business plan. I remember being asked by the president of Queen's University, "What's your business plan?" And I went,
Huh?
well, I actually have a human connection plan. And it really was that. I didn't really have my eye on the ball of where the business is going, but my eye
Sure.
was clearly and focused on where I could empower
Help
and
people.
help people with their health.
Mhm.
And so that's an example, I think, of having courage that maybe your passion is making beads or cooking or doing whatever you love to do, horticulture, anything in the world, anything, even a small tiny thing. And you'll go, well, that could never be a business. But if you're passionate behind it
Yeah.
and that energy of passion that just builds on itself and gains its own momentum, and once it's really you own that passion, you will be successful. That's when the abundance comes.
Sure.
And it will come if you choose it. It will come in dollars, right? Whatever that is, that passion, I think, and the courage to find that passion and walk through it and express it to the world or to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people
Because I
is
think sometimes
a big
passion
deal.
gets too overwhelming,
Mhm,
right? Like either there's too many options or choices, or
mhm.
I don't know how to start, or I don't know what to
Mine
do.
was finding my own passion. Like
Hmm.
I was like, I used to go to workshops a long time ago. I mean, that's another beauty of being older and have gone through these things and going, well, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Like, what am I good at? Nothing. What do I
Yeah,
like? I don't know. Just
yeah.
those kind of things. And to find your passion, well, it turned out finding my own passion was empowering myself to empower others.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so that was mine. Maybe yours is something else. Or maybe you see your cooking as a way to empower others.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I think I am talking to you
Uh,
because that's a good idea.
but that's just, to me, seems like the universal passion,
Hmm.
the ability to do something that helps others.
Hmm.
And you nailed
Well, you got to help yourself first, and then you
it.
can go out there like a meteor and help others.
You're a little meteor.
Yeah, so are you.
Oh,
Yeah, this is fun. I
thanks.
like you with your braces, by the way.
We had gotten to the
We had
threshold
a
of how
threshold.
many
How many times we
references
can talk
during
about
this
it?
podcast, and we're going to keep that in so
Right.
everyone
Do
sees
you want
that
to talk
you
about my
broke
hair
the
instead?
rules. No,
No, we do.
that's
Between
so
the two of
funny.
us, we're either always talking about, or I'm always talking about
Your
how
hair,
thin my hair is,
and I'm always talking
or
about my damn
she's
teeth.
talking about her teeth.
But I want you to tell what you called me. I'm a what?
14-year-old?
No,
What?
no. You were talking to somebody else, and you were explaining this.
Oh, I did. I was talking to my that lady that's helping me do some business things today. And she doesn't know Lee. She only knows Lee because we're together and, all that.
Because we're tabloid.
Because we're tabloid fodder. so so I was explaining, and she goes, I said, Lee just got braces. And I went through the very succinct, very small, like 4 lines about the whole dobatical with the inliner, the liners, or whatever they're called. And I said, but you don't understand. Lee's a warrior.
Thank you.
She can pop a baby out without 2 of them, without any anesthesia. I know some of you out there have done this.
Yeah.
Oh, not me. No, like
It's my
spinal
claim
taps
to
and all
fame.
that stuff. She's like can handle physically anything, but you get her with the teeth.
No.
It's a tough deal.
And then we go to your hair.
Yeah, I know. It's my weakness, except it's not.
It does. People
It's
looking
fluffy
are like,
today.
"What are you talking about? It's your weakness.
I know. No,
You're lucky.
I am lucky.
You still got it at almost
Exactly.
69,
I do.
68
I'm almost
point
69. How many
dot,
days?
dot,
I'll be
dot.
69 in a few days.
in a few days. Yeah.
Especially when this
7,
podcast
8,
comes out.
9?
Yeah.
8 days?
Yeah. Bam.
Wait, when this podcast comes out, it's the day before your birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes. So
Yay,
you'll be
yay, yay.
enjoying I'll be enjoying
Yeah.
my last day of 68,
Yeah.
which has been great. 69.
This feels like a good year.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be good.
It sure is. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Mhm.
Okay, so do we want to recover any other
Mhm.
like goals,
Let's-
courage, fear, passion?
Let's kind of land the plane with
Okay,
some watchwords and things that maybe we could
Ooh,
do
that's spicy.
to go in. We're still in January of 2023. Drop all those things that are restrictive, or I don't care, do whatever you want. But do the things, make that list in your life. And maybe it's a short list, maybe it's a long one of the things that you are spending your time on, your energy on. And is that thing on that list bringing you joy and energy, or is it depleting your energy?
Mhm.
And then reassess it, reevaluate it, restructure it if you have to. And if you can, if it is really strapping your energy, erase it off the page.
There you go. Well, my 2 cents on that would be, I think I always like to think about what is the end game of this goal. So last year, one of my goals was to read a book every
Oh,
month.
yeah,
And you know what? I did it.
Yes,
I
you
even
did.
ended up reading more than that, which is not a lot compared to some people.
You-
However, that was a lot for me, period. And it was really fun. And so last year, that might have been
Mhm.
like a box tick, like, oh, Lee, you're just not
No.
reading enough. It's time to read more. So we did. But if you look at that again on a next level, why? Well, now I have more of a community, like someone else to talk to about this book.
Yes.
Now I can bring more to a conversation.
Yes.
So use that kind of, I don't know, equation to figure out why you're doing the goals. Why does it even matter? Is it to check the box, or is it to bring a lot more abundance and joy,
expansion to your
life?
And that's what we can maybe talk about next time.
Okay.
Because I really do want to talk about expansion. And that is one of the ways I feel that my relationship with you
Mhm.
has helped me personally, is expanding my heart, expanding myself into really accepting and being with people that I never expected to love and respect.
Oh,
And also just the expansion of the
our waistlines that now is
no,
quit because you're sick and I have braces.
hang on, I'm getting to that.
Sorry.
But just sort of the expansion of our empathy and our
Mhm,
compassion
mhm.
to people that we may not agree
Yep.
with or we may not understand. I think that's just so profound
Yeah.
right now in our world. And I think
Let's
that's what's
save it.
happened. Yeah, let's
We'll
save
talk about
that for
that
next
next
time. Okay, good.
Yay. All right. That was fun.
This was fun. I'm so happy to be back on, aren't you?
I know.
And I love your bracelet.
God, I look in the camera. I'm like, oh, here we go.
So
Anyway,
I
love you.
Bye, y'all. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.